number 7. On this session, we will again begin by first getting ourselves into as relaxed a position as possible. First, close your eyes and just let your whole body completely relax. Starting with your arms, think of your arms as completely relaxed. Notice your arms. Think about them. You're letting them relax completely. As you think about your arms, you notice they become heavy and numb. Heavy and numb because you have relaxed them so completely. As your arms relax, your whole body relaxes even more. Now, take a deep breath, a real deep breath. Let it out very slowly. Notice how much more relaxed you are after that deep breath. It feels good to be so completely relaxed. Now take another deep breath, a deep breath. Sit. Let it out very slowly. Feels good. Your whole body's relaxing more and more. Your arms are still heavy and numb. Your chest is completely relaxed now. Now moving down, think about your stomach. Let your stomach relax completely. Your whole body is going deeper and deeper into a state of complete relaxation. Now think about your legs. You're letting your legs relax. You've learned a great deal now how to relax various parts of your body. You're letting your legs go into a completely relaxed state. You notice a heaviness coming over your legs. They're so completely relaxed. A numbness creeps up on your legs. No muscles anywhere in your legs are tense. They're completely relaxed. Thinking about your legs, letting them relax even more. Going deeper and deeper into a relaxed state. Now your whole body is becoming more and more relaxed. A heavy and numb feeling comes over your whole body. Now your mind is completely open, ready to follow the next scenes, just as though you were there, just as though you were going through them at this present moment. And now we will begin our first scene. Imagine yourself walking down the street, looking at the familiar houses, the familiar stores, walking by, thinking about having a drink. The bars that that you always go to is just a little bit further down the street. You felt very lonely today. For some reason, you haven't had a chance to talk to people. You don't know just what you could do to meet people. The bar seems to be a fast, easy way to meet people. You seem to have a hard time being friendly when you're sober. When you've been drinking, suddenly you become very affectionate to everybody. Feel a lot of warmth toward people. You walk into the bar. You're looking around the bar now. You see some of the people that you've drank with before, sitting around, shooting the breeze, some of them a little high already. You figure that you better catch up. So you quickly order a drink. You start drinking it down. It tastes really good. You're enjoying that drink. You join the fellows. They, like you, maybe aren't real friendly and warm people when they're sober, but when they drink, they start opening up, becoming friendly. They seem to be able to touch each other, slap each other on the back, even put their arms around each other as they sing old-time tunes, singing their happy songs about drinking. And they seem to enjoy touching each other. This is something that you've always felt was just fine, because you have a hard time expressing emotions when you're sober. And so you never thought much about what might be behind all this touching and backslapping. One of the fellows puts his arm around you, says, "My old buddy, come on, have another drink, have another drink." You feel just a little bit uncomfortable, his arm around you like that, but it seems like it's all right. You're in the bar. So you have another drink and another. And it seems like things become blurred, hazy, and you don't know just what's been happening, except you feel good, feel groggy. The next thing you know, the bar is closed. One of the fellows you've been drinking with all night says he's got a bottle. Let's go up to his room, and that's where you are now. You're in his room, sitting on a big couch in his room. You both got a drink. You're sitting there, very drunk, with your arms around him. He's got his arm around you, just sort of clutching at each other, singing these old songs, thinking Oh, it's great to have a buddy. But then, to your surprise and amazement, he starts to put his hand on your leg. You wonder, is this part of drinking? You know it's all right to touch your buddies, clutch at them, just like they were long-lost friends when you're drinking, but you didn't know if this was part of it or not. He's rubbing your leg. You're disturbed by this, wondering, what's behind all this? What's behind all this? You still feel very warm toward him, but disturbed now, more and more disturbed by this clutching, by this rubbing your leg. He starts breathing very hard. He seems to be carrying this buddy system too far. You're really getting upset now, but you seem to be too drunk to fight him off, to resist. He seems to be after something. You're very, very shocked by what he's doing. He's rubbing your leg. He seems to be fumbling at your pants. You keep pushing him away, thinking this buddy stuff has gone far enough. And next thing you know, he seems to have opened up his own pants. He wants you to touch him. But you're shocked. You're ashamed. You're just not sure that you like this buddy stuff mixed up that much in your drinking. This goes on, it seems, for quite a while. And then he keeps offering you more drinks, saying it's all right, it's all right. You want a drink, but you're not sure you want this kind of stuff going on. And so finally, you just say, well, I'm sorry, I've got to leave. And you leave, walking away, barely able to walk, very confused, very frightened by what's gone on. Now, let yourself relax. Your whole body's becoming relaxed again. Go ahead and give yourself suggestions for relaxing. Finding yourself at ease again, becoming more relaxed. And now, we're going to play the last scene over again with a different ending. You're walking down the street again. You think you'd like a drink. You haven't had a drink for quite a while. Looking at the store windows again, familiar houses. It's getting close to sundown. You know, things are just starting to happen at the local bar that you often go to. Walking down the street, find yourself standing right in front of this bar. The fellows that have gotten off work are in there, starting to booze it up. You stand there for a full minute, looking at the signs that seem to be calling you in. But then you walk away, walking away from the bar now. Just as you're imagining this, just as though it were actually happening, walking away from the bar. Each step you take, your whole body seems to become lighter and lighter. You feel as light as a feather. You're almost floating along. You feel so good. You feel really good. You don't know when you felt so good. Walking away from that bar. Walking away from the alcohol. Walk down the street. Each step is just like walking on air. Down at the end of the street, there's a little park looking out over a whole valley. You sit down on one of the benches. Your whole body is completely relaxed. You're letting your body just relax, feeling very good, having walked away from that bar, going into a state of deeper and deeper relaxation with the alcohol behind you. You feel really good. And now you look over the valley, your body relaxed, your mind clear, still feeling very, very good, better than you've ever felt in a long time. And the sun is low in the sky, just on the edge of the horizon. The sky is full of brilliant colors. The sky seems to be reflecting your own victory. There seems to be a complete feeling of joy. Your whole body seems to be full of joy. You watch the sun, the bright colors. The sky looks like it's been painted. Bright flashes of red, beautiful, beautiful purple, mixed with the blue clouds, streaking, tinted colored clouds, pinkish clouds, beautiful sunset you're watching. Your whole spirit is completely lifted with the alcohol behind you, the noise of the bar behind you. You're really enjoying sitting there, drinking in the sunset, drinking it in, enjoying the sunset, completely at ease, feeling better than you have for a long time, completely relaxed, going even deeper into a state of complete relaxation. Now, continue to relax yourself. Continue feeling good, having pleasant thoughts. At this point, we're going to continue some scenes we began earlier along the lines of rejection and loneliness. And the purpose of these is to help you fight off feelings that you have to take some kind of dramatic action when you feel like you're being rejected or alone. In other words, by experiencing the worst in your mind in these scenes, the little rejections of daily life, you will be able to tolerate without overreacting, without finding yourself becoming very angry. If you remember, in the earlier scenes, you had first been kicked out of the home. You had walked along the street, lonely, rejected. You had tried to get into a mission. They sent you on your way. They said they were full. You tried to fall asleep on a park bench with a newspaper over your head, and the policeman made you move on. You had staggered to your feet. The newspaper had fallen off. Now you're back in that scene. You need a shave. Your beard is growing. You feel dirty. You want a bath, soft bed, and some food. But you walk on and on. Finally, you can go no further. You fall down behind some trees. Lie there, shivering, cold, and alone for a long time. You fall asleep. When you wake up, it is light. You're chilled to the bone, shivering. Your nose is running. Your eyes are bloodshot. You've caught a bad chill. You try to get up, but you're too weak from hunger. You can only cry out, "Help! Help!" as people walk by. Nobody seems to notice. Nobody pays any attention. Then you see a man coming down the street. Your vision is not clear, but it looks like your father. You're weak, but you raise your hand. You say, "Father, Dad, help, help." He looks down at you. He stops for a moment with a look of shock in his eyes. Does he recognize you? Will he help? You reach out, clutching at his pant leg, but he shakes off your hand and walks on. You hear him say, under his breath, "Drunken bum." You're more alone than ever. Your eyes fill with tears. You're sobbing. Your chest is heaving, moving, the air being pulled in and out of your lungs with the sobs. Your head sinks to the pavement. You've never felt so alone in all your life. Now the scene changes. Listen carefully. You can hear crying. A small infant is crying in a crib in a darkened room. It is you. You are a tiny baby again. You are in a crib, standing in the crib holding on to the railing, crying for someone to come because you are cold and hungry. Your diaper is wet with stale urine and burning your skin. You have been crying for a long time, and your throat is hoarse with crying. Feel how sore and hoarse your throat is. You feel like you have been abandoned. It is ice cold in the room. The window is open. A cold wind and even snowflakes drift in on the wind, blasting coldly through the open window. Your little heart is just breaking. You're shivering. You're afraid you're going to die from being left and abandoned. You feel no one in the whole world loves you. Tears are running down your face. Your voice is very tired. Your throat is sore from crying. You feel your throat choked up from crying so miserably. Never felt so bad in all your life. You're helpless and alone. You're exhausted, cold, weak. You begin sliding down to the mattress of the crib. You are so tired you can no longer stand on your feet. Your sobs are not heard and nobody listens. You want your mother, but no one comes. The room is dark and getting darker. You try to keep crying, but your little voice just catches in your throat. You can only sob silently now. You are so exhausted, so weak. You are frightened of being alone, afraid that you have been left forever. And now the scene changes. You are age 10. You are on a baseball field on an empty lot. Look around you. Visualize the field in your mind. You can see the backstop, the bases marked out with tin cans, the pitcher's mound. The other fellows are there too. They have their mitts, their bats and balls. They stand around talking about the game. They toss a coin and begin to choose up sides. You're excited about the game. You want to play real bad. You're new in the neighborhood. You want them to like you, to play ball with you. They choose up sides. One by one, the people get chosen and go stand by the team captain who picked them. You're beginning to be afraid. They haven't chosen you yet. There are only 3 more people. They chose the last 2. Now you are alone in the middle of the 2 teams. You haven't been chosen. You are afraid. You are lonely and worried. Will they choose you? Then one of the team captains speaks. Who gets stinky on his team? He says. You are shocked. They're talking about you. I don't want him, the other captain says. He can't hit. He can't pitch. He can't play ball at all. And I don't like him. He is just no good. Go home, Stinky, they start to say. And soon, all of them are shouting at you. In chorus, go home, Stinky. You feel miserable, afraid, angry, but more hurt than anything. You start to cry, and they just laugh, saying, look at the baby cry. They're shouting at you. You walk off the field, carrying your mitt, still crying. You begin to walk home. You're alone, crying, and the sobs come into your throat. The tears roll down your face. You have never felt so humiliated in your life. It is terrible to not have anyone care for you or love you. You walk down the street. You see Roger's house, your old friend. He is also 10. You played with him a couple of times. You played on his swing set. He rode your bicycle. You knock on his door. His mother comes to the door. Roger isn't home, she says. But you know that isn't true. You saw Roger in the window when you walked up to the house. You are confused and hurt all over again. And as you walk away, you look back at the house. There is Roger in the window. He has his tongue stuck out at you. You can't understand it. You start crying all over again. It feels like nobody in the whole world loves you. You look back at the house once more, and Roger, who you thought was going to be your friend in the new neighborhood, is making an obscene gesture with his finger at you in the window. It is more than you can take. And your little 10-year-old body just is racked with sobs. The sobs grow deeper. You start to run to get away from a place where no one loves you. You go home. You run into your own home, sobbing your heart out. Your mother is in the kitchen, washing dishes. You rush up to her and clutch at her for comfort. She pushes you away with the soap suds all over her hands. They get into your eyes that are already full of tears, and it burns. Get out of my way. I've got work to do, she says. You try to tell her about how bad you feel, but she just starts a sing-song over and over, saying, cry baby, cry baby, cry baby. You feel more embarrassed than ever and rush into your bedroom. You throw yourself down on your bed and sob your heart out. You know nobody loves you, not even your mother. It is horrible. It is the worst you have ever felt. Now the scene changes. You're older. You just got a new job 3 or 4 days ago. You think you will like the work. It is time for the coffee break. You get your cup of coffee. You see 5 of the fellows standing around in a group and laughing. You get a big smile on your face and walk over toward them. As you approach, the group stops laughing. They just grow silent. You look at their faces. They look away, one by one. They seem to be angry at you. No, as you look closer, they're not even angry. They just don't care. They don't seem to want you there. They begin to walk away in a group, walking away from you. You feel silly standing there holding your cup of coffee. There's another little group, a little further over. You walk toward them, hoping someone will talk to you. The same thing happens. They clam up. They start walking away. You wonder what is the matter with you. Why won't anyone talk to you? You try it again on another little group. They do the same thing. You say, what is the matter with me? As they walk away to regroup a few feet away. One of them turns back for a moment and says, don't you know where you're not wanted? And walks away. You are mortified, embarrassed, and feel silly, holding your coffee cup. You sit down, and though you are a grown man, you have a hard time holding back the tears because it hurts to be rejected by so many people. Now we're coming to the close of session number 7. And in this session, we've tried to give you the feeling of being rejected in order that when it actually occurs in life, and it never occurs as obviously as we've presented in these tapes, when it actually occurs, you won't need to react as much, you won't need to feel like a drink is what you need. You'll learn how to relax and go find somebody who does care for you, because these people exist if you look for them. Now, I'm going to count from 4 to 1 backwards. When I reach 1, you will feel alert, awake, but completely relaxed. Your whole body will be completely relaxed. 4, 3, feeling alert and awake, but completely relaxed, completely relaxed. 2, becoming more alert, still relaxed. 1, your eyes are open.